and the stream should be back on. Hopefully when it does its thing off and on, it works better. I seem to have a stronger connection now. Alright, so in this game we do have Exo takes the first kill. Stardust going down 2-2 stocks.
So Exo for trying to protect these weapons, but Stardust manages to slip through and grab his axe. And now we're just back to a nice spacing battle of the big heavy hitters, and Stardust lands an immaculate dare and just absolutely crucifies Exo.
And there we go, we have the stream back up now. We should be good. And right now we are back to an even game. 2 stocks apiece, very even health. Sword on axe, and again, we are 1-1 in the score. This is best of 5 too, so this is not the final game. And Stardust finding a nice neutral light with that axe, putting a lot of damage onto Exo right now, and both players are approaching red, deep orange. And a great side signature from Stardust, not enough to kill Sir Roland though.
Exo going around again, but Stardust knows he's gonna go for it and just easily reads that into death.
Stardust could go up in this set right now. That's a nice side air onto Exo. And the bad gravity cancel from Exo gets punished heavily from Stardust. There's the dodge from Exo. That could have spelled disaster, but he's gonna turn around for the down sig. And that's a nice hit onto Stardust. Exo maybe gonna be looking for a sword gimp here. Stardust not going to try and catch that bomb. Maybe thought that was too risky. Exo gets a nice down air. The ground pound.
Trying to find his way in.
Definitely going to be looking for a sword gimp. Stardust only needs one more good hit onto Exo to end this. Exo finding a lot of damage right now. A lot of neutral airs in a row. Stardust is unarmed and Exo!
That was it! Oh my lord!
Oh,
just a nasty string of nairs. We all counted Exo out, and no, he says, I'm not going down in this set. Perfectly dodging Stardust's dare on the way down.
Exo, oh my goodness.
So this could be
3, 2, 1, brawl.
it for Stardust. This is...
Stardust will need 2 in a row.
Back to Thunder Guards. Exo has a weapon advantage. Spacing out Stardust pretty well. Manages to narrowly dodge the bomb toss.
And
Stardust gets a nice little 3-hit combo there. So Exo just perfectly keeping the center stage positioning.
And the Gimp battle goes on, and Stardust is going to lose that. Exo with the early lead, and that's very bad news for Stardust. He can't afford mistakes like that in this game. Will juggle Exo around a little bit, but Exo still only had light yellow.
Exo getting all the extra credit possible on this stock. Like, he's done his job. He has taken the stock first, and now he's just adding in all this extra damage that is just extending his lead.
Stardust is doing a very good job on this second stock, and he's found a lot of damage onto Exo very quickly. Steps just back into that neutral sword light, though, and that's unfortunate. And Exo with another sword combo, Stardust interrupting that attempted Gimp with his recovery. And there's a side air from Stardust, not quite enough to finish off Roland. There's the dodge, and interrupting the recovery with a side air. Nice stuff from Exo there. Exo could be looking for a second kill before he goes down.
Oh, he keeps going. He fast falls after the ground pound because he knows Stardust is going to go try and get the dare. Unfortunately, he still ends up losing his life.
Stardust at deep red here needs to be very careful of all the KO moves that Roland has right now.
Exo just waiting patiently trying for Stardust to try and come back on stage. Unfortunately, misses the neutral sig. Goes for a gravity cancel. Misses that. Stardust
still just clinging
punishes,
to
but
life,
not hard
there's the
enough.
sword combo, and that'll do it. EXO up almost to full stock. And
Leaving
Stardust
the
is
mine
going
and the
deep.
bomb on the field. But oh, he's going for this gimp.
Yeah, Stardust
Luckily, Stardust
taking
doesn't
a
jump
lot of
into that
damage.
down sig. But this is the set stock for Stardust. If he wants
And
to
there's
stay in the
dare
winner's side of
from
the bracket,
EXO.
Player 2
And that's going to be
wins.
EXO 3-1 in the set. And that's going to give us Stardust versus...
Logic, I believe.
Yeah, I believe
Yes,
you're right, Logic.
because Logic beat Nala.
Look at.
She was already in this lobby.
We have Stardust versus Logic. Once again, BO5. Winner of this will get another shot at EXO. Theros versus Sir Roland. Same matchup, same stage.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Logic actually being sent into the losers bracket by Stardust. It was a 2-1 set. So we'll see how this changes in the best of 5.
Stardust is going to find the hammer. Going to start off by putting a fair bit of damage here on the Logic. Logic finding the side signature, picking Stardust out of the air. The weapon toss, not able to punish the forced dodge there from Stardust. And both players around yellow health right now. Logic finding a ledge guard situation, gonna get the dodge out of Stardust, but no follow-up on that. Gets hit by the recovery, and it's very hard to try and ledge guard or shenanigans in the hammer. And there's the stomp into the side air from Stardust. Looking for the ledge guard with the axe, not quite able to find it. Logic gonna knock him off the stage, throw the cracky ball, get an uppercut. Both players very close to dying right now. And Stardust with a nice side air.
Oh.
The dare gets dodged, and Stardust in a great opportunity here to get a kill, and once again the dodge comes out. Logic staying just slippery enough to live. Stardust not quite finding the weapon toss either, but there's the side air to do it. And that's going to be the first stock to Stardust.
Logic's not too far behind though. Already has Taros in the red HP, so any Sig will probably at this health kill. But Stardust says, no, I'm not going to let you get in, and just keeps pelting him with these axe aerials that just stack up so much damage that even on Roland, already in yellow, after only 3 aerial hits. Oh, both of them missing their
Logic
Sigs, but
missing the gravity cancel and paying with his life. We've seen that so much this tournament. Even diamond level players, I think, do that way too riskily. When you're trying to recover, doing that gravity canceled Sig is super, super risky. If you don't really make great use of it, you're probably going to die.
especially if it's expected.
And there's the kill onto Stardust from a neutral air on the Lance.
Stardust
waiting
playing
for the dodge
super
there,
patiently.
but didn't come out. And you have hammer on sword, and Logic really gonna need a gimp or a perfect stock here. But Stardust finding a little bit too much damage. Even if Logic gets a gimp right now, it's still Stardust's game to win. And there's a great
there it
down
is.
sig from Stardust. And that's
Player
game 1.
1 wins. 3, 2.
Game 2
1,
going back to
brawl.
Thunder Guards. Excuse
Stardust
me.
on Bodvar once again. We see him switching off of the Taros.
Despite winning. Oh, Logic finding a great unarmed follow-up there. Misses the Crocky Ball. And also the gravity cancel downlight, but Stardust right now just fighting unarmed. Not even making any play towards the weapons.
Logic is really punishing him for that very hard. Stardust might want to consider picking up a weapon. Playing the unarmed game worked for him earlier enough in the tournament, but now that we're down to the final 3, not quite as easy. So, Stardust does use the hammer now, using the weapon attacks, but he is at a big disadvantage here to Logic. And there's a nice down signature from the Roland Lance, and that's going to be the early kill. Only a minute in, and Logic's up almost to full stock. Stardust definitely has a lot of work to put in to come back in this game. The bomb's going to blow up both of them. I say that's worth it for Logic. But Stardust right now pressuring super hard, just missing the dare. I don't think Logic dodged that. I'm surprised it didn't hit. Stardust pressing him off the side of Thunder Guard. And the gravity cancel signature from Logic connects, but Stardust will punish it anyway with a kill. That's why I say those gravity cancels are so risky.
Stardust doing a great job keeping weapon control here. He's not letting Logic pick up this weapon. Using great weapon throws, just interrupt the pace of the game and really keep the ball in his court.
Right now, Stardust doing a great job with Bodvar's hammer, creating a wall of hitboxes with those side airs. He's going to be back to the sword. Logic at a big health advantage right now. Stardust, ledge guard situation, not going to be able to convert there. And Logic not going to hit the recovery. There's the side sig once again, scoops him out of the air. Stardust getting hit by that Roland side signature. It's really like he just does not see that coming.
That was the Haagen-Dazs scoop. Ice cream scoop. And now Logic just putting in as much extra damage as he can, but Stardust is gonna try and even up this game right here with this edge guard, but he misses the ground pound. Logic slips through and then drops the sword combo that he was dropping earlier. Again, he's just missing these sword combos. Finally managed to hit it, but it's not enough to kill Roland. That
It is
knocking him across the other
bizarre
side of the stage.
to see Stardust drop that so many times. All the incredible play out of him and being known as one of the best in the game with this combo. This is going to be Logic's game to win. There's the recovery.
And Stardust giving us the gravity cancel salute.
Gonna be a mine
And
down.
barely dodges into that mine. Stardust is really struggling to end Logic's stock, but what an amazing weapon toss to kill him.
And Stardust, potential for a Gimp? Could we see it again? It's really his only chance. A Gimper in near perfect stock. Looks like he's gonna opt for the perfect stock route. That Krylo we saw do that earlier in the tournament. A Gimp.
Yeah, and
Stardust has brought him all the way up to deep orange, and we are in a close game. Logic putting him at red though, and Stardust doesn't dodge to let Logic get a free landmine hit. And we do have Lance on sword. Logic's gonna throw some weapons and throw some gadgets. Not gonna connect with anything. Stardust with a big equalizer combo there. Health is even. Logic's gonna get a weapon here. He's gonna throw the spiky ball once, twice. Both are gonna connect. The weapon and the spiky ball just throwing things. But now he's stuck on
and Stardust making the comeback. He's got the. This is it. This is his opportunity.
Logic's gonna go around and he's gonna get a
going
weapon
around.
here for free. There's the uppercut from Logic and takes
Player 2
Stardust out. And we are 1-1.
Logic hits him with the DP and sends Stardust into the atmosphere. Super close game, super tense. Stardust almost bringing it back.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
We have Stardust and Roland. Stardust and Roland. Terrace and Roland, I'm sorry. Hammer comes out. He's going to opt for the axe. Logic stuck without a weapon. And there's the axe combo from Teros. Side light, down light, true combo. Even on 3-dex Teros. And Stardust doing a nice job finding those aerial attacks onto Logic.
Both of them just spacing out, and Logic punishes Stardust slightly misspaced there. But overall, even game. But Stardust definitely has a positioning advantage right now. Logic lost his weapon, going to struggle recovering. Facing the wrong way, Stardust just lets him back onto the stage. Now Logic, it is controlling center stage with the lance, the massive hitbox that it provides.
And that lance throw just barely saving Logic's life, but the second recovery in a row from Stardust will end it. Logic goes for that weapon and gets punished, but he gets the unarmed and picks up the sword anyway. And there's a sword combo. Big kill potential right here onto Stardust. There's the dodge. Logic not able to punish it. Stardust recovers safely, but there's the side signature, and that'll do it for Logic. Logic is going to opt for the lance, and he will deny the weapons to Stardust. Next pickup is a sword if he wants it. Lance versus axe, not a terrible matchup.
Doing some great air juggling here, and just finding a lot of stray hits.
Logic finding his way in on Stardust with that lance right now and finding a lot of damage.
Stardust just not trading back and forth at all. Just this is all Logic's.
Logic gets a nice turnaround neutral sig. A big read.
Oh man, that was. Oh. He just got read like an alphabet book. That was disgusting.
That's a full stock lead right now to Logic. Even a little bit more than that. Stardust really falling behind right now. We could go 2-1 in favor of Logic here. That looks like what's going to happen at the end of this game. Stardust gonna need to find the kill right now, and there's the side signature. He does it.
All right, Stardust almost brought it back last game. Is he actually going to complete the comeback this time?
He is on his terrace this time, so that does help. Logic gonna be looking to space him out with that lance, and there's the recovery. Puts him into red. Stardust gonna need a great game right now to not lose this.
Oh man, finding so much damage with these axe stairs. You can just see the tension of the play. He goes for a big swing.
Here's the sword combo. That'll give Logic the game, and that's 2-1 in the set. We're going into game 4.
Three, two, one, brawl!
You have hammer and sword in game 4. Right now, Stardust trying to space Logic out and use his longer range to keep the sword at bay. Doing a nice job of that right now. Not getting hit at all by Logic, but there's a nice dodge in from Logic, and he's starting to find some strings. Ledge guard situation, no one's going to get too aggressive there. Logic probably shouldn't against Stardust's hammer. Now we are at lance on hammer. Stardust can have the proper left to right spacing. He should be able to keep Logic out.
I'm not sure what happened there.
DC maybe?
Uh, yeah, that's what it looks like. I believe that's just a bot rolling, I want to say.
It's definitely not
Or-
a bot.
No? Okay, I guess they just did the honor stock.
I think Stardust.
Yep.
I don't know if
They
they're
just
gonna remake or
did-
not. I guess we're about to find out if they're probably. I assume they're chatting about whether they want to remake. or
Yep,
not.
they're in stream chat.
So it looks like we'll be restarting
Ooh.
this.
So Logic has 500 ping.
We can give Logic a little bit of time to try and get his internet straightened out. If he isn't able to fix it though in like 10 minutes, not too much we can do for him. We don't want to see anybody in a game this far into the tournament not be able to play.
Finish him. Oh man, chat's brutal. I mean, ultimately, it's up to you guys if you want to restart or just play from 2 stocks down.
I imagine Logic's checking his internet.
That's what I'm assuming. Is that a good to go, or I guess they're going straight into it?
Alright, we seem to be back into the match,
Yeah.
so the 2-stock game here in the semifinals, I think someone was asking in Twitch chat, there'll be one more set after this, and that's against EXO, who's undefeated. Logic putting the pressure on Stardust right now, knocking him off the stage once, maybe a second time. Stardust finding the side airs, taking a nice health lead onto Logic. Not able to find that down signature though, and Logic's gonna get a big string of damage off of that. Stardust playing very nicely with the hammer against that lance, and there's gonna be the first kill. Yep. Logic had to dodge back, and Stardust was able to stop that. Mine's gonna come out. Nope. Stardust just gets that right off the stage. This is gonna be a lot of damage onto Logic from Stardust.
Oh,
Will
Logic.
dodge right through that bomb.
Logic trying to get this edge guard here. Doesn't happen though. And Stardust is putting on the hurt right now.
That's a great recovery from Stardust.
Narrowly misses that down sig. Both players just trying to finish the other one off. Stardust wants
There's
this
the
game, and
bomb.
there it is, the bomb toss, or the mine toss, sorry.
Player 1 wins.
So yeah, that one, I guess they did count that. We are 2-2 now. So the winner of this will move on to face EXO in the grand finals. All right, and we are getting into the final game of the set.
Three, two, one, brawl.
And we will have a community colors giveaway right after this game. This is it. This is the final game for both these players. If any of them loses, they are out of the tournament and they get 3rd place.
Now Stardust doing a nice job of finding some damage onto Logic. Gonna take a slight lead early on.
And just as you said, they both even it out. But Stardust edging it out.
Logic gonna take some map control here, but that down signature is gonna make him lose it. And he has no weapon here. Stardust having a hard time recovering, even against Logic's weaponless ledge game there. Logic will throw that sword, not going to force a dodge or get a hit. Is going to wait for Stardust to come back up. Trying to read how he's going to come in, maybe with a dodge there. Not able to make anything happen though. And Stardust with a nice side air.
And just goes out there. So if Logic wants this, he needs to make sure he doesn't get hit by too many of these Sares and Dares. Which is exactly what's happening right now. Stardust is just finding in this extra damage and it's just making life really difficult for Logic, but there's an excellent weapon toss to end the stock. Logic fails to deny the weapon, and we're back to having the axe and sword matchup. Logic finding a nice 1-2 hits here and there, but Stardust nails him with the Sare. Now there's absolutely no dodge from Logic.
Though. Stardust looking to end this stock quickly. Doesn't quite find the neutral air or the side air, and Logic's going to punish that whiff. And that's a great down signature from Logic, a good prediction. Stardust looking for that Sare right now, maybe looking for a scoop, but there's the side light. Not quite able to finish Logic off with the side air, but there's the down air, the scoop. That's going to be the kill. And Stardust is going to opt for that axe. Logic's going to need to finish him off quickly. Both players are playing to stay in this tournament. Stardust spacing out very nicely, playing a very strong parry game, but Logic finds a great unarmed combo, and Stardust flirting with disaster there, almost getting hit by that lance recovery. And there's another uppercut from Logic, and that's going to be a stock. A very close game. If Logic can deny a weapon to Stardust, he has a big opportunity to take this set. Stardust will get the hammer right away, however, and he has a slight health lead. There's a big recovery from Stardust. A lot of free damage. Doesn't quite hit the ground pound. Logic finding a nice standing neutral.
Both players just trying, like Logic's just trying to get all these extra hits in to even up this game. Chucks the sword, gets a nice 1-2 with the lance, and Stardust is missing all these Sares. As I said, he finally managed to hit one, but then continues to miss them and lets Logic back onto the stage. And Logic is slowly creeping back into this game. Stardust with an excellent weapon toss now, but just narrowly decides, oh man, now this is huge for Logic. No dodge on Stardust, but he takes back center stage control and nails him with the Sare.
And that's going to be the set 3-2 in favor of Stardust. And he's got a second crack at EXO. We're down to the final two in this tournament, Stardust and EXO. We did just recently see this set happen. EXO took it 3-1, I believe.
This is the number 1 and 2 seed for the tournament. So this is the projected grand finals that we were expecting. Stardust changing up his skin, not feeling the black color.
Wreck the halls, is that still what it is? But anyway, unimportant. Getting into it, Stardust does have the first weapon. He will try and deny Exo, but Exo's gonna get that pickup. It will be a Lance. Doing Lance on Axe right now. Stardust doing a good job keeping Exo out, but Exo not afraid to turn around and go off the stage even without jumps. They're doing a nice job of turning the pressure in this game back around into his favor. Not gonna find anything with that gravity cancel down Sig. Stardust doing a very good job right now pressuring, and that's the kill. Stardust gonna take the early lead over Exo. Only orange health, not a real big risk of dying here in this matchup.
Oh, and Exo messes up the gravity cancel
Who's gonna drop
and
the
just
combo.
dodges forward.
Stardust is gonna get a little bit of free damage on this stock. Exo was looking for the kill, he's close to having it. And there's the side signature. Stardust almost jumping into it, but stopping himself at the last moment. Exo doing a great job of keeping Stardust out right now, but he's still going to need to close this stock out quickly. Here's a big opportunity for Exo. Landmine in his hand, not able to force the dodge with it. Stardust recovers safely and has Exo in the ledge guard situation now, but Exo is going to use that dive kick for mobility and go under the stage. Stardust looking to kill Exo. Maybe a second time before Exo takes his first stock. But again, Stardust in the ledge guard. He's going to go for a risky gravity cancel and a recovery. Exo doesn't punish it. And Stardust with a big lead.
Stardust decides to go all the way around, putting himself in the shenanigans pit, and says, nope, I don't want to go here. Comes around, lands a nice meaty dare Sare, but Exo at low health that won't have enough knockback to force him away, and he just lands the killing blow.
So they're still down a full stock. Gonna need some very good play out of him to come back in this. And he's finding a lot of damage onto the Stardust right now. And the ground pound connects, and Exo ends that stock without taking almost any damage. We are 1-1.
And this is exactly what he needed to bring it back from 3 stocks to 1.
Exo's still at a severe disadvantage. Stardust looking for that kill. One more good hit and a side arrow should kill Exo. Or even a side arrow from the right place. The dare is dangerous, and so are all of Terrace's signatures. But Exo not deterred and still playing hyper aggressively.
But that should be it. Ooh. Manages to actually sneak all the way around. Stardust doesn't cover that option. And Exo back in this.
Exo putting out a lot of pressure right now, but jumping into the recovery. And Stardust is going to take the game. It looks like Exo will be changing his character. Azuri.
Whoa.
I believe
This is
Stardust said
interesting.
no please in chat, so maybe Stardust knows something we don't.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
I don't think I've seen Exo's Azuri.
Exo finding a lot of damage right now.
Holy.
with those guitars.
This is abnormal aggression. He is not letting Stardust breathe whatsoever and just landing everything. I'm just like left speechless right now. This is crazy. Stardust has not been able to throw out like any moves whatsoever because he just gets punished so hard.
Exo has almost no damage on him, but just as I say that, Stardust finds a nice strand with that 8 attack, and there's the bomb, and that's the kill. Stardust doing a fantastic job bringing that stock back. Exo looking for the kill right now. There's going to be a weapon toss here, most likely. No, he goes for the ground pound. Has the landmine, not able to connect onto Stardust with that. Gets the recovery through the shenanigan zone. That's going to equalize the stocks. Exo, only with a little bit of damage on him.
Exo opted for the Nair instead of the recovery. But he's riding the Nair plane right now. He's just running around trying to smack
Stardust,
those.
though, reading through all that aggression and really not having a hard time finding the attacks he needs to. Doing a great job picking Exo out of the air.
Whoa. Awkward little bounce there because of the shenanigans pit.
Stardust could find the kill right now. Be looking for one of those Sares, but not quite able to connect. We're down there through the shenanigans pit. Right now, Exo doing a great job of staying in a place where it's hard for Stardust to get a killing blow on him.
And just nailing him with these unarmed recoveries, and he's brought it back already. Baits out the dodge. Unfortunately, he wasn't in a position to punish it.
Both players deep red right now, and there's Stardust with the scoop. Gonna take the stock away from Exo and maintain his minor lead. Exo should be looking for the KO right now. We'll see if he can find it. Stardust gonna try and keep him out with that axe, using his fastest attacks. Juggling him up in the air. Exo getting hit 3 times in a row with that down light. And there's the sword toss for the kill. And we're in a very close game, but Stardust has a chance to go up 2-0 in the set.
Exo does have a set to give, so we'll see if that's the reason why he's inside of this with this Nalacat pick. But he is getting in this extra damage here, and he's bringing it back. He's riding the airplane.
Oh, Stardust, though, with a lot more potential than Exo to get the knockout blow. Playing Taros. And Exo with a lot of damage on him right now. And this could potentially be it right here. And there it is. Dare from Stardust. And that's 2-0 in the set.
So definitely not the results we were thinking about.
Exo is switching out to Bodvar, though, who I believe is his best. I don't know who we would say he mains anymore, but he is a phenomenal Bodvar.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
And they are just going to trade blows back and forth right away for relatively even health. Exo with a nice dodge, finding a string with the sword, gonna put Stardust in the ledge guard situation. He reads the dodge, and that's gonna be the kill.
That was just absolutely disgusting. Just surgical, just like, wow. What a perfect edge guard.
And the health is about even right now, but Exo a full stock up. Stardust trying to find those Sares with either one of his weapons, but Exo just reading everything Stardust has to throw out perfectly right now. Stardust, ledge guard opportunity, gets the recovery, doesn't find the Sare, doesn't find the second Sare. Exo's gonna get a small bit of punishment for that. Everyone at big risk of dying right now, and Exo's gonna try and recover safely, and he goes all the way around the horn. He gets it again.
Both of them playing around the shenanigans pit.
Exo,
Taros manages to find that
dodge
Sare.
right now from Exo. Stardust not able to punish that. Exo gets
Oh
the recovery,
my
goes up
lord.
2 stocks.
That's insane! I don't understand, he just turns around the situation instantly.
There's going to be the kill from Stardust. EXO 1 full stock ahead, 1 stock to 2 stock, white health on both players. And we are going to have sword versus hammer. EXO finding a nice little sword string there. Right now, EXO with the ledge guard situation, he gets the ground pound, doesn't find the dare. Stardust hits the recovery, and EXO is starting to chase down quite aggressively, but Stardust turning it back around, finding a lot of damage here. EXO now gonna put him into red. The aggression has just gotten turned up about 5-fold in the past 10 seconds. EXO tries to recover, and Stardust gets the down signature, and that's 1 stock apiece.
Stardust keeping the weapon. He's protecting this weapon from EXO, and EXO managed to sneak it using the Shenanigans Pit. And now he's got a big opportunity here just to hit one easy Sair. And just narrowly misses. Now both going deep down. Both just whipping.
Stardust going hard for the Gimp. That's what he wants. It would give him the whole set if he got it, but he doesn't.
EXO gets it first, though.
EXO's going to take it, and that's 2-1 in favor of Stardust.
Three, two, one, brawl!
So going into game 4, EXO is still down in this set. Stardust has a lead 2-1. Both right now just trying to space each other out, not really finding too many hits.
Stardust is going to have that axe, a strong weapon to play against the sword, outranging it and having such good aerial attacks to counter the sword with. But EXO's going to be finding his way in, although Stardust does take the damage lead. EXO with 2 nairs in a row that connect, the third almost does, uses the Shenanigans Zone to avoid that signature and to punish it. Very good spatial awareness there from EXO, and he is just hunting Taros down right now, finding a lot of strings. Stardust gonna deny the weapons, and EXO's gonna hang out in the middle. EXO's just gonna say, I'll wait for a weapon. There's a free one. We do have sword on hammer again. EXO pops out of the Shenanigans Zone. No dodge from Stardust, and that'll cost him his life.
That's it. Just a quick Goomba stomp to the face, and EXO takes the lead. Stardust opting to go all the way around. Struggling to really find any hits on EXO here. Throws a Sair in the opposite direction, hoping for the read on the dodge in, but doesn't give it. EXO doesn't give it to him.
Stardust hasn't connected with an attack here in some time. EXO just playing so safely and carefully. And not afraid to play in the Shenanigans Zone versus the hammer at red health, and that's why you don't want to do that. Not going to kill him, though, but enough that Stardust can follow up. No dodge, no recovery. Both players at 2 stock right now. Hammer on axe. EXO with a nice Sair. Gonna pick up another hammer. Stardust trying to connect, but EXO's starting to run away with it. Have a ledge guard situation, but it looks like EXO just wants to let him come up. And
Both
EXO
of them
wasted
just
his dodge
patiently
there,
waiting each other
Stardust
out.
punished it. Doesn't quite connect with that dare, just barely missing. Stardust
Both players
on the
just
ledge here with the hammer.
feeling each other out, not wanting to hyper commit to anything.
Stardust gets a nice approach there with the hammer. Finding a lot of nice damage here onto EXO.
EXO goes all the way around those.
Once again.
Gonna manage to be safe. We're back into this danger zone, and there's a
nice
scoop.
recovery from Stardust.
The Haagen-Dazs scoop. Oh man, nice little combo there by Stardust. But EXO uses his recovery and sends him on his way to his last stock. Both players really just trying to space each other out, but Exo's finding the better end of this with a nice little sword combo there.
Stardust is approaching a deep orange now. This is Exo's game to win. Dare doesn't quite connect. Both players at serious risk of dying right now, but Stardust no weapon. We'll find an axe right here, and Exo gets the cider, doesn't quite get the throw. The bomb off the wall.
Bombs over Baghdad.
And we are 2-2.
Drop bombs.
We are 2-2 right now. If Exo wins this next game, it's over and he wins the tournament. If Stardust takes it, we play a fresh best of 5.
Exo with the Exo factor.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Stardust manages to grab a hammer, but Exo right away grabs the sword and already lands the first hit.
Stardust doing a nice job right now of trying to space out with the hammer. And there's a great recovery, but Exo's not afraid to chase down there aggressively, and this is the kind of fun, aggressive Brawlhalla play we all want to see. Exo with the ground pound, tries to chase down through. Stardust in a lot of trouble right here. Exo doesn't convert that to a kill, even though Stardust got trapped under the stage with his recovery. Both players just at yellow health right now. Exo trying to go aggressively under Thunder Guard, but Stardust with the nice dare. Oh, and Exo, big opportunity for the kill. Misses the down light. And Stardust is going to recover safely. Exo does have a substantial health lead right now, and there's the Sair. And Stardust going to have to dodge, and there's the ground pound from Exo, and there's the dare follow-up. What a kill.
He just read that, like, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. That was green eggs and ham. He just waited out the dodge and ground pounded the crap out of him. Stardust playing passive now, trying to find these stray hits in. Trying to just make sure he doesn't fall too far behind in this stock.
Exo is at big risk of dying right here, though, but it is Thunder Guard, and he's going to do his little trick, go around the horn. Stardust gets a nice recovery, but gets knocked into his own mine. And Exo will get some unarmed damage. A lot of unarmed damage. Put Stardust into orange. And there's a big side signature. Exo, big opportunity for a kill right now. Here's the dodge to get back. I'm sorry, no dodge needed, but the recovery. Stardust just barely recovering from all that. There's Exo with a big side air and 2 weapon tosses, and he still
grabs
keeps
the sword. Oh lord, I was calling Exo surgical before. That's because he's Dr. Seuss himself. He is just reading everything.
Here's a nice string with the sword. Exo just putting out so much pressure, and this is pretty much game over at this point. Stardust is going to need to get the kill right now and then get either a perfect stock or a game if he wants it.
This looks like it could be it right here. Exo just doing a perfect job keeping at center stage position. And as I say that, he gets hit, and now Stardust manages to let him just creep back into it.
Exo just needs one Sair, one stomp, one recovery, one scoop. So many things can end it. But Terrace is gonna equalize the stock. Stardust, deep red one stock here versus Exo on a fresh stock. And it is unarmed versus axe. A very hard weapon to get in on if you have no range. There's the sword. Sword versus axe. Still not a great matchup for Exo, but the health difference is all he needs to close this out.
Stardust on his tournament stock, trying to play patiently, but gets caught up by the Sarah. This would be the edge guard of the tournament, and there's the down air, and I think that's it.
EXO takes
it.
Takes it two Open Elo tournaments in a row from Brawl League, North America and EU. EXO winning back to back. And we do have prizes for the winners in the form of Steam games.
X is gonna have the whole Steam library by the end of this.
So I'm taking a pick at... Is Slosh doing one more giveaway? I guess that'd be in the Twitch chat.
I think he did it right before Grand Finals. But, oh, no, never mind. Slosh is doing one more giveaway.
Slosh is
bad.
doing a giveaway.
Are you still in that lobby, by the way, or did you leave?
I did leave the lobby.
Okay, good. 'Cause I was gonna say there's some people just decide to play their game right after.
I could show Discord on the stream, bro. But everyone has access to that where Slosh is rolling the die. Just be in the utility closet on Discord.
And who are? Oh, he was in the Golden Under tourney last week. I believe he got 4th and actually didn't get community colors. So this is a nice little surprise for him. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations there, Juvar, yeah. I believe you're right about that 4th in the Golden Under. So hopefully we can get Dobrian, in the next tournament to stop EXO from winning. That would be nice. Can't let him take 3 in a row. So if anyone who won any kind of prize, you need to contact Sloshula. You can do that in Twitch chat. You can do it in Discord. But thank you everyone for participating, playing, and watching. This is another successful Brawl League tournament. We're doing this almost, 5 months now? So I will invite everyone in the Twitch chat, if you guys want to continue talking about the tournament, about Brawlhalla, try and find people to play with. If you're not in the Brawl League Discord, you should be. I'm linking that in chat right now. I'll be turning the stream off shortly, but if you want to keep talking about the tournament or finding games to play, you should come in here. We have about 200 people in it right now, all to play Brawlhalla. It's all we do in there. You have anything else to add, Yarfi? I think we're about ready to go offline.
Not really. I mean, that was just a good set, but it's funny how EXO decided to go Bodvar and then just reverse sweeps him. But hopefully, yeah, Dobrian can actually make it out to an EU tourney, since this was actually in his region.
There, Sloshula just said we broke 1,000 members on Discord today. Yeah, definitely come join us if you want to play in these tournaments or if you like watching them. A lot of the guys who compete in here and do very well are mentors in our Discord. You can message them anytime. They'll help you out. We have 19 mentors online right now. And with 200 people in the chat. Over 200.
We have EU mentors and NM mentors who are available a lot of the time. You just send them a quick PM and they'll help you out with getting better at this game.
And don't forget, next week, if you guys haven't seen it yet, Brawl League beta season starts. Sloshula has a great video up on that with our roster announcement and all the dates.
Yeah, definitely go check that out. There is a Reddit post, so you will see it's dropped in the chat right now. But basically, that's just going to have a bunch of top players battling it out for the next couple of weeks every Sunday until you get lots of high-level Brawlhalla gameplay to watch every weekend.
You guys can watch that and watch XO beat up on everybody. Anyway, rambling on now. I guess we're ready to turn the stream off. Thank you guys so much for participating once again.
And that's all from us.